Hi, I am Umar Javed from CyberPanel. In this video, I will tell you about Linux alias command to simplify your workflows for production systems. The alias command in Linux is at its core a way to create shortcuts, also known as nicknames for longer, more complex commands. By assigning an alias, simply type a word that is short and easy to memorize to run a command. This command can be as simple as ls or more complex as git status. An alias is essentially a shortcut for a specific command or set of commands that would otherwise require manual input. The alias command has a simple syntax. Alias name, this will be the shortcut or the alias that you will type in the terminal, and command to run, full command that will run when the alias is called. Create an alias for listing files with detailed information like shown on screen. Create an alias for listing files with detailed information like the following. So now when you will type ll, it will execute the command ls-l and give you a more detailed listing of files in the current directory. On Linux, defining command aliases is an intuitive process. So let's go through it step by step. First of all, open the terminal application in your Linux system. You can usually find the terminal in your application launcher if using a GUI-based Linux. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Alt+T. Essentially, to define a basic alias, we use the alias command, the desired alias name, and then the full command we want to link to our alias. For example, see the screen. This creates an alias of gs for the git status command. You can run git status when you type gs in the terminal. Once you have created an alias, you will want to test it to make sure that it acts as you expect. Just type the alias in the terminal. This should run the git status command. By default, aliases you create in your terminal session are temporary and will be wiped out the next time you close the terminal. You have to add some alias to a config file like / to make them permanent. Bash rc or / bash profile for bash users. Example, read alias from bash rc file. Make sure you get the alias loaded every time you open a new terminal session. Aliases are useful because they allow you to type long commands and use long flags less repetitively. As you can see, it saves you from typing a long list of commands. It allows you to configure your terminal environment according to your specific needs. For example, if you are a developer, you might want to set up short aliases for commonly used Git commands or custom scripts you run frequently. When working with multiple servers or systems, having common aliases in your configuration files keep your environment the same across machines. Your terminal commands are more readable and less cluttered. You don't need to memorize or type in some complex command every time. Pick intuitive descriptive names for your aliases so you won't forget what they do. For instance, GS for git status makes sense, but command aliases such as command 1 could leave you scratching your head later on. Make an alias only for commands that you use a lot or have to type a lot. Do not name your alias names similar to ones that already exist in the system. Such as if we made an alias rm into something other than rm, use caution making aliases for commands that can wipe out or change files like rm or mv. Wrap up, you should always double check your aliases so you don't create a shortcut to something that's potentially irreversible. Now, regarding CyberPanel, it doesn't have much relation to command aliases Linux directly, but also important in web hosting and server management. CyberPanel is a web hosting control panel that makes it easy to deploy and manage web hosting tasks such as managing websites, databases, and server configurations. Example, if you use CyberPanel through commands, example restarting, adding domains, editing DNS, you can create aliases to make these processes faster, or a command to manually insert in CyberPanel. We will understand about creating an alias so that we do not have to enter long commands repeatedly. This will save time so we don't have to enter long commands repeatedly, which can be useful for web hosting providers, server administrators, etc. You can become more efficient and reduce errors in your terminal routine using the simple Linux alias command. Regular or power Linux users will benefit from knowing how to create and optimize aliases to save time. Do you want to become a pro Linux user? Start now, customize your aliases, and simplify execution. Thank you for watching this video and subscribe for more videos.